All right, so get this. We're doing things a little differently today, turning the tables a bit.
Oh.
Yeah. Instead of, dissecting some big marketing campaign,
Right.
we're taking a deep dive into a real live agency's website.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a little digital detective work, using their own marketing to kind of reverse engineer their methods.
I like it. So who's our subject today?
Today, we're putting ASAR JADEED under the microscope. You're into social media marketing, SEO, that whole shebang.
Okay, social media marketing. Got it.
And just from a quick glance at their site, a few things kind of struck me as, interesting.
Like what?
Well, first off, they really lean into the whole simplify, effortless angle, like every other sentence.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It's almost like they're speaking directly to someone who's drowning in social media to-dos.
Oh, absolutely. It's a classic move tapping into that pain point, that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Right. Like, don't worry, we'll handle it.
Exactly. And by positioning themselves as the solution to complexity, they build trust.
It's clever. I'll give them that.
Very.
And it's not just the words. It's the whole vibe of the website.
Yeah.
It's a little unconventional.
Yeah. How so?
No, it's not bad. Just different, like the layout, the way they present information.
Interesting.
Plus, they're very upfront about pricing, which I don't see too often.
Oh, yeah. They really emphasize affordability.
Like it's their main selling point almost.
In case you wonder who they're targeting, right?
Exactly. Are they going for startups, smaller businesses maybe?
Could be a smart move if they're trying to stand out in a crowded market.
Right. Like, hey, we're the affordable option.
Exactly. And for a lot of businesses, especially those starting out, that's a huge factor.
No doubt about it. Okay, so we're starting to get a feel for their style, but let's dig a little deeper into what they're actually offering.
Yeah. Let's see what's behind the curtain.
Right. So when you actually go through their service descriptions, there's one word that keeps popping up: automation. It's like their favorite buzzword.
Makes sense, though, right? Time is money, especially for business owners.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure that's exactly what they're banking on.
They're basically saying, hey, we'll handle all the tedious stuff. You focus on what you do best.
It's like having a little social media robot working 24/7.
In a way, yeah, but that does make you wonder, where's the line between automation and losing that personal touch?
Right. Because social media is supposed to be social, right?
Exactly. Automation's great for scheduling posts, tracking metrics, that kind of thing.
The nuts and bolts.
Exactly, but you still need that human element, understanding your audience, crafting engaging content. It's about finding the right balance.
And speaking of balance, I noticed they talk a lot about being data-driven. Like all their testimonials mention results and measurable outcomes.
Right. They're trying to reassure potential clients that just because it's automated doesn't mean it's not strategic.
Yeah, like, hey, we're not just blindly posting here. We're using data to inform our decisions.
Which is essential in today's marketing landscape. Data allows you to track what's working, what's not.
Right. You can see what resonates with people, what makes them click, what makes them convert.
Precisely. But data without context is meaningless. It's about using those insights to inform creative decisions.
So it's not just about the numbers. It's about understanding the story behind them.
Exactly.
And speaking of targeting the right people, I noticed they've got that classic 3-tiered pricing structure. Personal business, probably an enterprise level hidden somewhere.
It's a good way to cater to different budgets.
Right. Cast a wider net.
Exactly. But it does make you wonder about their long-term strategy. Can they really scale if they're trying to be everything to everyone?
That's a good point. It's like they're still figuring out their niche.
Which is common for newer agencies. They're testing the waters, seeing what sticks.
It's funny. They're all about simplifying social media.
Right.
But there's one thing I found surprisingly vague: platforms.
Platforms.
Yeah, like they barely mentioned any specifics. It's all, we'll handle your social media. But what does that even mean? Are we talking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
Maybe they're trying to keep their options open, not pigeonhole themselves.
True. Could be a strategy to appeal to a wider audience.
Exactly. Cast a wider net.
But then again, in the world of social media, you kind of got to specialize, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Each platform has its own unique audience, its own best practices.
Exactly. It's not one size fits all.
Not at all.
And speaking of showcasing expertise, here's another thing that struck me as odd.
Okay.
They have all these glowing testimonials, right? Amazing results.
Yeah, lots of praise.
But not a single client logo. No case studies.
Interesting. You'd think they'd want to show off their successes.
Right. It's like a chef saying their food's amazing but not letting you see the dishes.
Good analogy.
So are they hiding something?
At
Bound
brownie.
by NDAs, maybe? Or just a really new agency?
Could be. It's definitely something to consider when you're evaluating an agency.
Transparency is key.
Absolutely.
And while we're on the topic of missing things, there's one more thing that stood out, or rather didn't stand out.
Let me guess long-term strategy.
Bingo. It's all very, we'll take care of it, which is fine for now.
Right.
But social media changes so quickly. Algorithms, new platforms, the landscape is constantly shifting.
Exactly. A good agency isn't just keeping up with the trends, they're anticipating them.
Right. It's about being proactive, not reactive.
100%.
So after putting ASAR JADEED under the microscope, I got to say it's a mixed bag.
I agree. They're clearly targeting a specific audience, emphasizing value.
Right. And they're all about automation and data.
Which can be very effective if used correctly.
Exactly. But then there's the lack of transparency, those missing client logos.
And the question of long-term strategy. Can they really adapt to the ever-changing world of social media?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But hey, that's what this deep dive is all about, right?
Exactly. Giving you the tools to ask the right questions.
Because choosing a marketing agency, it's a big decision.
Huge. It's like choosing a business partner.
So do your homework. Look beyond the slick website and the marketing jargon.
Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper. Ask the tough questions.
And most importantly, trust your gut.
Couldn't agree more.
Well said. And on that note, I think we've done enough digital detective work for one day.
I concur.
Until next time,
With-
folks, keep those marketing minds sharp.